Try again. Always have to do like 2 double takes or whatever. I'm not sure what the hell it is that's stopping me from doing this. Alright. Hey everybody, this is Mario Ranchi, brand strategist and founder of ManuFracture, here today for another episode of Ambitions of an Agency. And today we're going to talk about, improving and and really just my my client that I'm working with right now, and having to deal with the uncertainty of expectations and all that stuff. It's been an interesting journey, I'd say, with this client. I've learned a lot in the past few months working with him about a lot of stuff about landing pages, copywriting, all this different stuff that I really had almost a very small clue about, but I really learned a lot just doing this with this guy about copywriting, all this stuff. And we're getting results for him. Things are going really well. It's just that we had a slight mishap with the keywords, and the keywords aren't exactly, the exact keywords that we wanted, and attracted the wrong type of people. But the landing page is working, the copy is good, all this stuff is good. It's just the keywords that needed to change. And also, we need to figure out a better offer for the people that were coming on the site. So these were building owners. We had to really figure out what possibly it would be a good offer for them that would make them, would build more trust, right? Because a free consultation is kind of too generic, right? It's like all over the place, right? Oh, you want a free consultation? You want to chat? Like, what's the big deal, right? So, I changed that form to be more of a 24-hour valuation of the apartment building. So they get already a valuation of the apartment building. And this is something I was discussing with my client. And this is a good thing to notice, is that you talk through with your client sometimes. Just brainstorm with him. Let him, create some ideas for you. Because sometimes, going in, he knows the industry better than you for the most part. And, if he wants to suggest an offer, be very open-minded to that. Understand that, maybe you didn't get it at first, and that you may need to, improve on the current offer that you've put out, right? Because maybe it's not generating as much trust as you'd want it to be, right? So the main thing is to just, change that offer up, right? Make sure that there's the 24-hour valuations there, and that they get all that stuff, right? And so you can easily, get more information that way from apartment building owners that way, at least in my case, right? Because I don't want to be here, trying every single time. And the thing is, it is kind of a challenge. It definitely is a challenge at this moment to get him the results I wanted. But I'm not going to stop. I've already told him that a billion times. I'm not going to stop till I get your results, man. So I'm definitely going for it. So I filmed a little bit of my conversation with him. If you want to pick up on anything that was on the call or whatever, what I was talking about with him. And this is just kind of to show you how you can manage, again, like, it's just talking with the client and just, being able to, show your vision and show your confidence to the client in a way that they kind of get, we can definitely change this. We're going forward with this, right? You're leading them along, especially if it's something new, uncharted, experimental, right? You're trying something new with them. You've got to be there for them. You've got to be there to really, hold their hand throughout the entire process, right? And let them know that, hey, I've got your best interest in mind. I know we haven't gotten here yet, but we're going to get there. I'm going to show you how, right? And that's the mentality you need to go in, right? So if you feel like you haven't gotten results with your client, and maybe that's the main lesson of this, because I came in here, I don't even know. I just wanted to post a recap of this video, right? But maybe the lesson to this really is to kind of, understand that even if you don't get the results immediately in the first place, maybe you promised something, you didn't get it right or whatever, right, for your client, you can actually think about, okay, maybe I can actually come in and be the bigger person and say, yeah, we're still going for it, right? We're still going for it. I'm going to lead you there, right? Become the leader in that situation, right? Because he's uncertain, he's kind of a bit wary, but you got to be strong in your resolve and be like, no, we're going to do this. We're almost there. We're almost there, man. And that's what I want to show you with this video. So yeah, hope you guys check it out and, whatever, right? I'll edit in this here. Boop, boop, whatever. There we go.
Hey, Mario, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. You had a good Easter?
I'm sorry?
You had a good Easter?
Oh, yeah, it was real good. Thank you. How about you?
Yeah, same. Just bought some chocolate and just shoved it down.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, so just
Man, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. So it seems the campaign is doing really well. Main thing is though, it seems like it's not still clear enough as to what the target market that we're searching for is. So kind of give me more of a rundown as what do you mean by, what's the difference between like multifamily and the condos basically?
Okay, so a condo is like an apartment you own. So I know up north they own apartments like in New York or whatever. But a condo is a condominium. It's one condo. So that's like a maybe 100 or 200 grand, and you own the little 2 or 3 bedroom.
Okay.
Inside a 30 or a 40 unit of condo. I don't sell condos. It's not, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've sold maybe 1 or 2 in my entire career. So now what does happen, and the reason why I wanted to throw this out there, it's kind of rare, but if somebody owns maybe 20 condos in a complex and they want to sell them as a package,
yeah,
that's when I would get involved. So condos is not even what we're using. Apartment, sometimes that triggers rentals. That's
yeah,
why I say apartment building. That's why we say multifamily, because somebody looking for a place to rent, they would never type in multifamily. So, and that, it was one of those things. But yeah, condos is really, it's not even close. I mean, that's kind of why I was like, oh wow, the last couple we've got condos. So definitely want to move that off the search term of keywords or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, I think I told you from the beginning, man, this is not a very easy task.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I remember, like, I know you probably thought I was discouraging you, but I remember I spent money and I've hired people prior to meeting you. And it's not that I think it's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's so tough. And I'll give you an example. In Tampa Bay, in my little area, and obviously, if somebody has a building in Miami, I'll definitely, I'll take care of them over there. I think I told you that. Mm-hmm. But in my area, there was 81 apartments sold last year. In all of Tampa Bay, there's 81 of them. I try to look for maybe 5% of the market share, which is 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. And now I don't do the kind of marketing we're talking about. I basically shake hands, talk to people,
right.
Old school method. So there isn't that many, but in all of Florida, I'm sure there's a lot more. Tons more. But what I'm saying is, it's so small. Where like a realtor selling a house, he might have 4 times, 5 times the amount of volume that I get. So that's kind of what I was saying. So it's a very, very tough key thing that maybe a property manager, for example, those are usually like my best lead sources. They'll have the jump on, hey, I'm managing a 50-unit apartment, somebody wants to sell. So that's where I was like, okay, I don't even, but again, I'm just giving you feedback. I'm just trying to help. I'm just telling you, hey,
No, for sure.
This is kind of, and I think I've been very open to it. And I said, look, I'm willing to go up to $2,000, but that's it. I don't want to keep dropping money like that.
No, for sure.
So I think I've been flexible. I've been open to it, and that's where I was like thinking, okay, well, how can we approach this a better way? But I just happen to be in one of those niche fields that's very, very tough, man. I mean, I know it is. Like
So why do you think it's tough? Is it because, like you said, there's like just not enough people in it, or there's not enough people
Well, not only
owning?
that, man, but think about it this way. Let's take Google for an example.
Okay.
If you were trying to, let's say, buy a pair of shoes, all right, you'll go into Google and you'll type in the pair of Nikes you want.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing is, let's say in my market, 2 counties, let's say there's only 1,000 or 1,200 apartments, okay? There's apartment buildings, maybe 10 units or more, 20, 30 units, 100 units, whatever it is.
Okay.
So what is the likelihood of somebody who owns a 20 or 30 unit apartment building going on Google, looking up, hey, who can sell my building, or whatever search term we used? I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's unlikely. Most of those deals aren't done that way. As a matter of fact, people tell me all the time, I'm the only commercial guy we see online, which is great. It's humbling. I'm very excited about it, but I don't get any business on it.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to change. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to change.
It's just like, hey, I saw you online. You want me to be on my podcast or my radio show or something? And I'm like, I appreciate that, but it's like, so that's kind of what I'm saying. So I don't know if we can do the kind of things where if you were selling high-end luxury shoes, you can do Google that way. You can target those people, and that's where I've always been and I'm open to it. I'm always saying, hey, let's try something different. Let's see what's out there. Let's try it. But I'm just kind of thinking, okay, maybe we have to try something different. Maybe like I know, for example, like Facebook advertising, that wouldn't work, right? But it might work for somebody else.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and that's kind of what I mean. Where if I don't know, if you're selling something on Shopify, that could be a little different.
Right.
So, but now I have gotten a response from the postcards. Like somebody will call and they'll say, now, yeah, it's nothing good. I don't want you to get too excited. I've gotten a response saying, hey, this person doesn't live at this address anymore. I'm like, oh, okay, well, at least it's a response. At least I know they're getting it.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So, yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Are you tracking that by any chance? You're tracking the response codes, or the ones that haven't, like the addresses that were not, like the people weren't there, basically. Have you tracked
that? You know what, man? I probably should track them, but to be honest with you, every time I send out maybe 1,000, you're talking about maybe one phone call. So how hard would it be to track that? Like I already know what it is. I go on my notes, so I technically do track it.
That's good.
On my database, I have a CRM software, and I do put a little note, hey, this person had this, or this person had that. So it's not there. Now, I did want to ask you about, does it make more sense to increase volume and say, hey, I cover all commercial properties, or am I just, now we're not being very specific about it?
Yeah, so I guess here's the thing. So you're saying now, so what I'm understanding from it is like this type of client that we want is, I'd say, very sparse or very scarce. But you think there's more out there, right?
Yes.
And I did say that we were targeting all of the U.S., so we were thinking that the strategy would change because now if we target at least the U.S., we're targeting people who are, investors. They've had, whatever, a property in Florida or a multifamily in Florida or whatever, but they live outside. So maybe they're having trouble, like, because it's hard to manage a property from far away, or it is, I don't know, I'm learning this still.
Yeah, well, it's what you're saying makes sense. If you're in California, you have a lot of money, you bought something here, that's logical. That happens all the time. Okay, yeah, sure, I see that.
So maybe what we need to do is, we maybe need to change the keywords or something to really understand what these people, who these people actually are. Because you said condos, it shows up. What is it? It shows up like rentals, right? That's a problem because we don't want just one unit apartments. I've been trying to get you apartment buildings, basically, is what I've been trying to get you.
Yes.
So that would be more of a better keyword, apartment building or something along building, in multi-units, various condos. I don't know, just something like that. I'd have to talk it over from my Google Ads expert that I got.
Yeah.
Various.
Yeah. Yeah. The most I think the well, no, because I want to keep us on message. I want to keep us, very, very specific. How has, I guess, in your experience, let me ask you a question. People Google everything, right? I mean, just about, like, hey, how do I, whatever, cook
Yes.
a pot roast. They could Google everything, right? So, what is your thought process on if someone owns, let's just say they own a house,
Okay.
what would they be Googling? Like, what do they, what's the first thing they do?
Well, if they own a house, what do you mean? So what would they?
Whatever.
They own a house, and do they want to buy buy a house, or do they want to sell the house, basically?
Well, let's just say they own a house,
Okay.
all right? And they go on Google.
Uh-huh.
Like, what is their intention? Are they saying sell a house, or are they saying find a realtor? Are they saying, you know what I mean? Like, what is their term?
Well, it's yeah, it's
People
exactly,
talk to
yeah.
Google.
Yeah, it's a lot of different terms. It would depend on so people buy in different stages, right? So some are researching. So those are the people who talk about hey, how much is my home valued? Or hey, how much is or what do I need to do to get this ready to sell? And what are the proper paperwork? Or just trying to get really, because people nowadays really like to get informed. Like back in this 50s or 60s, I wasn't alive back then, but it's usually just because those people back then didn't have that sort of info available to them. The internet allowed that info for them, so that's really good. But what now happens is they have more freedom. They go around, they research a lot. That's why they ask a lot of questions into Google about their different problems. So it could be like a research question, it could be like a problem question, which is what we're getting here with our Google Ads, is like how to sell condo fast. And then you can even see in the reasons for selling boxes that they have different reasons for selling. It's not always the same, but there's a certain urgency in all of them. So what we need to find is kind of the people who have apartment buildings, have the same urgency as these so-called condo owners, or not the same, same urgency, but different situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does, definitely.
Yeah. So I've got to find a way to change those keywords around, and change also the landing page copy. Just a tweak to the word condo. Just change it to apartment building. But that would be it, I think. And we'll run through that and I'll redo all the remarketing stuff as well, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Well, the thing that the thing that's working, I'll tell you what. When the campaign was on in February, and I know you took it down for a little bit in March.
Yeah.
We got a lot of traffic. Like, traffic was coming.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely got to the website. So people that were, let's just say, they had a general interest or something, it was driving them there. And I think it was, let's say, 1,000 people a month. And I don't have the exact numbers, but it was 1,000 people a month.
Oh, you saw on your Google Analytics? You saw it on your Google Analytics?
Yeah, Google Analytics. Yeah. So, all we need is one. We don't need, that many. We don't need 30% of those people. We need one. That's where I was like, okay, because that's kind of where, okay, all those guys have interest. Nobody goes online and just says, how do I read about apartment material? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. It's a very, very specific niche thing. Like, most people probably don't own apartment buildings. Like, it's not a common, you know what I mean? It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. Okay, so we know we were driving interest there. Because I never had that many hits on a website. Like, unless you're reading articles about if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, so I know the traffic is going there. I know people are interested. That's a plus. That's fantastic. Now my question is, should we have some kind of incentive? And I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, some kind of incentive thing on there.
So we're talking about the website, or the landing page? Which one?
Well, either or. It's like some conversion method to incentivize, maybe on the landing page, to incentivize them, maybe on the website to incentivize them. These are just ideas I'm throwing out there.
I see.
They're not enough to, because obviously they're going on the landing page, they're getting to the website. There's something missing there. There's a reason they're not, converting, clicking over.
Yeah, there's a free consultation, but the free consultation doesn't seem to be enough. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, okay, good. So that's what I'm saying. What else can we give them? Like, is there something else? I don't know. I'm just,
Right. I see.
I have I don't mind doing it, but I have a book that I can give them. Obviously we have to figure out a way how I can do shipping or something, but I don't mind giving that for free. But I'm just saying, maybe it's one of those kind of things. If I can get you maybe these people's contact information somehow, can you use their email address and somehow target them? Well, no, I don't know if that's legal, but I don't know. I'm just giving you ideas. I'm trying to get the pot stirring.
No, for sure. No, for sure. So yeah, so a free offer or a free thing or whatever has to add actual value to them. So I guess that actually can help because it builds trust with them. A free consultation is good, but, and I put so much proof of your expertise on the landing page and the site and everything. All those testimonials. That's why a lot of conversions were also coming in, because those people really saw you as an expert and they saw what you did as an expertise.
It's working. Let me tell you and I'm sure you track this yourself on the Google Analytics.
Yeah.
The first time I started tracking my website,
yeah.
I'm like, holy crap, we're getting 1,000 visitors. So I know it's working. I know people are going. Now, if you go to Amazon right now, I've been selling them for a while. I can't tell you. I don't make a lot of money on them. But I sell my book for $30 on the markets, and people buy it. So I don't have to do any kind of incentive on it. But I'm just saying, if I gave them that, is that kind of like, hey, would that incentivize them to have a consultation? I don't know. These are just ideas. I'm just saying, maybe they want something else.
Right.
But so is there something, maybe they're not getting enough of a drive to talk to me? I mean, who knows?
It makes perfect sense. No, it makes perfect sense, because we even did the user profile, and now I'm thinking back to these guys are really hardcore investors. They would not trust anybody, just anybody with their apartment building. I'm sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, the message is definitely getting across. I mean, if nothing else, there's 1,000 people that went there, and maybe one or two of them, they'll, I don't know, keep tabs on me and make sure I'm the guy who knows whatever. I don't know. I'm just trying to take things back to the think tank. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking,
they're pressing questions. They really need to get that out. We could create a guide on those type of questions. So what are those?
Oh, okay. Well, most of the time, obviously, everybody will say, hey, how much do you think I can get for my property? And that's number one, right?
I can get.
And then we have to, and that leads to an evaluation. So they want to know how much they can get for it. They want to know how quickly it'll sell. And and which is really, those are the number one two things. They want to know how much they can get, and they want to know how quickly they can get. So you had said a home evaluation. I don't know, is there such thing as an apartment building evaluation?
Apartment building evaluation. Because there was a guy who came, a guy who came to you for evaluation, but you weren't doing valuations. Let me just check here. Apartment building valuation.
And I guess maybe we can do now the only way to do an evaluation, a true evaluation, is I would need their financial statement. Obviously nobody wants to do that. But what if we can create a little PDF thing where they can just kind of fill out by hand?
Yes.
So they don't, you know what I mean? They can kind of get their own value. This way they don't, because no one's going to send me their financial statements online. There's no plan. It's going to be kind of weird. Your tax returns, get out of here. So, but maybe they'll fill it out hand by themselves or something. Like a one-page sheet. How much your expenses, what's your income, and we can give you a value. Something like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that would be interesting. So basically, would this be a PDF that they fill out and then they, or a PDF that they print out, fill out, and then scan it back to you, or is it something that is just right there and then kind of one of those, what is it called?
Well, it could be right there and then. And basically, if they get to the landing page, see, the problem is it's not the landing page. They're getting to the landing page.
Right.
We have a lot of visitors, so we're using the right traffic. So they get to the landing page, and then it can say evaluate your building or whatever the hell it's done. So this is your department. You click on it, it opens up, and it's just very, very simple. Like 3 questions, like what's your gross income, what are your expenses, what's your net income. And just keep it simple, because if I ask them for so many things, they're going to be lost.
I see.
And then evaluate your property now. And they can just, while they're online, because think about it, that's going to be a pain for them to print it out, to fill it all in. They're not going to want to do that.
Right.
So if they're on, and they just fill it out, and a quick bam, submit. Now I get all their information, because you can't submit it unless you have your name and email address or something. Something like that.
I see.
And then we'll give you an answer in 24 hours or whatever. Like, hey, figure out your apartment value.
Yeah. No, I think that could work. Because 24 hours is actually a really good time limit. 24 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I'm just wondering, I'm thinking through my head, how am I going to do this within the landing page? Let me just look for the landing page again. Because I already have a form here.
I don't know.
No, for sure. This is just me thinking. But this is such a really good idea. So I'm gonna definitely try to implement this. Basically,
it have to be in the landing page. The landing page it looks great, but the free consultation is not working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because think about it. Why would these guys need a free consultation? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, what are they getting out of it? But if we tell them, hey, look, here's your value, and now we kind of know the value, and to get the value, you obviously have to, we got to get the address of the building, so now we know where it is. Now we have their information, and it's like, hey, give me 24 hours. I'll give you a call back. If you don't want to call back, we can email you, whatever. So, because a lot of people, they don't like talking to people on the phone. They like to text message, they like to email. So maybe they don't want to be on the phone with me. Maybe they want to just email me their information. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm noticing. It's kind of how it's going.
No, that makes more sense than what we put out, which is just free consultation, because it seems like like I said, an apartment building is a much more complex process, so it needs more trust involved in it. And the only way we can build trust is by actually, like, you'll be able to go through their financials, and I think that's enough trust for a person like that.
Yeah. So maybe they can just, type it in themselves, and we have to use kind of like, whatever they tell me. If they say, hey, look, I'm making X amount of dollars a year, I'll just have to take their word for it. Because it's just to initiate the conversation. It's just to generate a lead. I'm not listing their property tomorrow. We're just talking. So, I mean, I know it's kind of difficult because maybe you and I haven't been there, but put yourself in someone who owns, let's say, 80 million, not 80 million, but let's just say you got a $4 or $5 million property. You know what I mean? You're not going to just want to send his information or get on the phone with some joker who doesn't know about. So there's some trust there. You got to build that up.
For sure.
Okay, who am I dealing with? Does this guy know what he's talking about? So it's a really tough sale. But it's tougher online. When I talk to these people in person, it's much easier. But online, it's like really, really hard. It's, wow. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So, and you're talking about, and just so you know, a 4% commission on $5 million. You're talking about someone's going to possibly give you $200,000 online? That's crazy.
That's nuts. No, man, this is good. I wrote all this down because this is so important that we have these conversations. Because I already have some ideas. I'm going to start implementing them immediately. I'm going to start designing. What is it?
I'll email you right now.
Yeah.
I'll email you right now of the questions I need to give them a value, an estimated value, obviously, right?
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
I'll email you right now and just give you 3 questions. Because if it's more than 3, it's going to get too complicated. They're not going to fill it out.
Exactly.
So I'll email you right now, and we'll get, we'll hopefully, turn this around a little bit. Get something.
Okay, so basically the main goals right now, so good that we got out of this meeting, is so change the keywords or modify them for more apartment building like people, and then change the offer into one of those PDFs that you can do online that gets their financial information to build trust. Those are the two things I got. So perfect.
Yes. Yes.
And you'll send me the
All right.
information, right? Yep.
I'm going to email you in the next 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Perfect. I'll look through that. I'll email if you have any other questions. But yeah, do you feel good going forward? Because I always feel like when I talk to you, man, like we understand that, you know, it's not like an easy thing, but we understand that we're working together here to figure out what that solution is. You know, because I told you it was an experiment from
No,
my end.
I mean, I told you from day one, man, I want this to work.
Mhm.
Like, I know, you know, it's, what we're doing is really, really tough, but we don't need that many.
You don't,
That's what
yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's so hard, but you only need one. That's why I'm like, we're almost there. We're getting closer. We're getting there.
It is. It's so close.
So, yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you say that. And yeah, I was like, okay, let's try this.
It's tantalizingly close. It really is.
Oh, man. All right, man. I'll send you this information.
All right. Thanks. Good talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it, right? You know, seeing these conversations with, you know, these kind of integral conversations between business owners, right? And even if you're kind of I don't know, if you're a person who's also looking for my services, like you can see how I communicate with clients and how I you know, talk to them and how I encourage them, because, you know, I really want to be, you know, your business partner, and I want to be your friend, right? And I also want the people who are watching this, the people who are, you know, designers, and you got to be the same thing to your client. You know, you got to be your business partner, kind of like a business partner, and a friend to them, and encourage them, you know, on. So that's it. Subscribe for more content, and I will see you on the next video. See ya.